So there are a couple of things you have to do here before you can get sound in and out. So this cable right here is sending as my output from my mixer to my door, then back to my mixer, then before going out to my online. So by doing that, I can have my sound from my board directly to my door. Then channel 31 and 32 comes back in. Alright guys, so yeah, I am B Flat and you're welcome to SOUNSICC. On today's episode, I'll be showing you how I actually have two separate mix from one board. A mix going online and a separate mix for the house. The reason for that is I want to have this flexibility to do my EQing, my compression, my effect sense, just to have a total mix. You know, when you have just one board and you have to mix the house, mix the instrumentalist, mix the online with just one board, you know how tedious that can be. So the online mix will be determined by what is going on in the house because I needed to send my FOH through a matrix to go online to go online. So I want to have this flexibility of having a separate mix. There's nothing as good as you having a separate mix for separate purposes. Okay, so I make use of a DAW. You can make use of any DAW you have. Yeah, I make use of Logic Pro X. Yeah, you can make use of any DAW you have, be it Cubase, be it FL, be it Studio One, whatever DAW you have. The goal is just to have a DAW that is capable of reading your board. So you make use of your USB out, then back again to the board and do some little routing on your board so you can send your sound coming from your source into your board, then to the DAW you are making use of, then back into your board before it goes online. Okay, so it's a very simple routing from your source, maybe from your drums, from your keyboard, whatever is coming into your DAW. Fine. So now you want to have a sound from your DAW. It's coming into your board, right? So you want to have a sound. You want to have the sound, that same element from your board to your DAW, and back to your board again before going online. That's the goal. So I'm showing you that now. So let's go. If you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. I can explain further. This idea has been in my head for quite some months, maybe 2, 3, 4 months. I shared it with a friend of mine. I know 2 friends of mine, Vive Pro and Resound. So Resound told me it is theoretically possible. yeah, I should check and try it out. Vive Pro told me, guy, just make sure you practice this thing before you do it. And I must tell you, the first Sunday I tried it, man, the online was a mess. I had several complaints. I was even scared of not getting fired. But during the second service, so I had to balance the mix. So I have a good template now that I can always reopen at any time. So all I have to do is just to adjust the volume, which volume is up, which volume is down. So you just have to practice it very well. I advise you practice it very well and hope you don't get fired. Alright, so yeah, let's dive in. Alright guys, so without wasting too much of your time, let me get into this. Like I said, the goal is to have a separate mix for my online and for my house mix. Okay, I want to be able to separate my mix, have a different EQ, different compression, different effects levels going on my online from the same board. Okay, so I'm using an X32 USB. So I just connect my USB from here to my computer. So I load on my Logic Pro X. So there are a couple of things you have to do here before you can get sound in and out, because I'm making use of my X32 USB as my input and my output. Okay, so this cable right here is sending as my output from my mixer to my DAW, then back to my mixer, then before going out to my online. So first thing here is to come to routing. Of course, I'm using an X32 3 box over there. So I come to my input, I have my AX selected, then my 25 to 32 is on user. So I'll get to that in a bit. User. Okay, so after this, then I come to my door. You can make use of any door. Okay, so yeah, I'm making use of Logic Pro X. I should go to Logic Pro X, go to settings, audio, and I can have, okay, so you can see here, I have my input and output on X USB. So this is my buffer size 256. So I actually picked this because of the latency. It gives me low latency. So then if you go to my IO, you can see my output. My output from this door now, I'm making use of my channel 31 and 32, because as I'm sending the signal out, I also need it to come back into my mixer. Okay, so I have my channel 31 and 32 selected. I link them together. Okay, so I have my left and right. So it's going to be eating up two input channels on my mixer now. Okay, so my channel 31 and 32 is my output. So I have channel 1 to 30 my input. Alright. Okay, so these are all my inputs. Starting from the kick, snare, hi-hat. The way I have it labeled here on my board. Okay. The way I have it labeled here on my board, I also labeled it here on my mixer. So by doing that, I can have my sound from my board directly to my door. Then channel 31 and 32 comes back in here. Okay, so what I did here on the routing is, after selecting my AEX to 24, then 25 to 32, I made use of user. Okay, so I come to the user channel input, then scroll down to channel 31 and 32. I have it as my carding. Okay, no, I have to use this same USB to send my output and input. So as it's going out, it's also coming back through the same USB. So I have to select my 31 and 32 as card. Okay, 31 and 32. You can see it here. 31 and 32 card. So that I can have my sound coming back from my door back into my mixer. Then go to output, auxiliary out, auxiliary 5 and 6 selected as direct out. Okay, so 5 is on direct out, and the direct out will be from channel 31. Okay, then aux 6 direct out channel 32. So this channel is now my output now. Okay, so as the stereo mix is coming from my door back to the board, it's coming out of channel 32. So I sent my channel 31 and 32 directly out to my aux out here, 5 and 6. Alright. So here now I can do a separate mix. As you can see, I can do a separate EQ, separate compression, everything separate, effect send, separate fader level. So my board is controlling the house and the musicians. Then this is controlling the online mix. Basically, this is my lead mic. My lead mic is on 24. Check, 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 check. All right, check, 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 check. 1, 2. So on my channel, on my channel 31 and 32. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. So I have this going on here, channel 31 and 32. So what I do is I have my headset plugged in. Okay, my headset plugged in. So I solo this channel 31 and 32 throughout the service. By doing so, I can monitor what I actually mixed here, okay, on my headset. Then I can know what it's like before it goes online. Right. Simultaneously, I need to connect online also to check what it's like, because this streaming platform has different audio levels, maybe depending on your subscription. I don't know. So I had to connect my headset to my online streaming. So as I'm hearing the mix with my headset here, real time, I have to use this to hear what the online guys are hearing. Okay. So because trust me, the first Sunday I tried this, the first service was a mess. People were complaining, yeah, this and this. Because what I missed here, I thought I was fine with my live feed. When I went online, it was something else. So I needed to adjust it based on what I was hearing online. The drum was too much. So I needed to use this headset to connect to my online stream and hear what they are hearing. So I mixed according to what I'm getting online. So I always use this to monitor what the mastering and the stereo mix is giving me from my DAW. So now coming to the stereo out, channel 31 and 32, right? Channel 31, 31 and 32. So you can do your separate mix on your left and right. You can put your EQ, plug EQ, you can put your EQ, your limiter, your stereo image, just to have your maximum loudness. Alright. So and on here, you make sure your gain is selected at an appropriate level. Here is on negative 15.5, because when the music is loud and everything, you have to reduce your gain. Right? You have to reduce your gain, and when the password is preaching or maybe somebody is talking, I bring back the gain to around negative 5.5, so it can be loud for those online. But when the music starts, I have to drop it back to, I think, negative 11.5. Right? So with this now, you can have a total separate mix going online and a total separate mix for your house. Alright, but still, I still needed to do my my metrics. Yeah, my metrics, because your DAW can just crash at any time. Right? Your DAW can crash at any time. So, or maybe even though it doesn't even crash, somebody can just pull up the power cable unknowingly, and before you could restart the system and all. So I needed to have my metrics on aux 3 and 4. Alright, aux 3 and 4. So I have my online going on aux 3 and 4. So just in case anything happens to the DAW, maybe the DAW crashes or the system goes off by mistake or anything happens, I can just pull off my cable from 5 and 6, plug it to 3 and 4. So then I can see how the live streaming going on fine. Yeah, so that's basically it. So now you can have your separate mix here, separate EQing, separate compression, separate effect sense. Then you can have a total different mix here also on your DAW going online. So that's that. So if you have any question, just drop it in the comment section, right? Drop it in the comment section. So don't forget to follow me on my social media platform, on TikTok and on Instagram, and also on my YouTube channel at SOUNSICC. Thank you very much, guys. And also you can also have 3 different mixes at the same time. With this setup I have, you can have 3 different mixes depending on the amount of elements you have. Okay, here I'm making use of 30 channels, and my 31, 32 is my out. So I have 30 elements going into my mixer right now. So it's not possible for me to have 3 mixes here. If you don't have much elements, say you have 14 elements or 16 maximum, with that you can have 3 different mixes. You can have 2 separate mixes on this same board, and the third one will be on your DAW. Alright, so your channel 1 to 16 can be your house mix, 17 to 30 can be your instrumentalist mix, then your DAW will be your online mix. If you need me to explain further on that, you can just ask me, I will do that. But just know, with your X32, with your M32, with, I don't know, whatever digital mixer you have, you can have 2 separate mixes going on simultaneously on one board, and you can have your DAW for your third mix. Thank you very much, and see you on my next episode of SOUNSICC.